I've got my smoked herring. I'm about to clean it up. Oh, look at that face. It is so ugly. I'm going to cut that off and throw it away. Not eating that. No way. Look here. I just cut off the head and the tail and the fins of this smoked herring. I'm going to use it to cook down, like make a rundown. But look here. I did not expect to see all this. So I'm going to just go in and clean this out now. Here I'm just stripping off the skin so that you don't end up with all of that slimy, weird things as you're eating. I'm going to boil it and then break it up after I boil it. I've got the kettle already boiled, so I'm actually going to use the water from the kettle because that's up. Let's wash this smell off of my hands. Then I'll stop the camera and boil my fish, my herring. Bell peppers and the garlic and the onion all goes in, ready for the saute. Just a little bit of my pepper from the jar. Well, that's not a little bit, that's a lot. I'll just put some back. That's my pepper from the jar. So now have a nice kick. Now that's smelling good. That's smelling real nice. Nice, nice, nice. I'm just breaking up the fish after it's been boiled and cleaned and deboned. Now it's going to be nearly time to put it in, because at this point the coconut milk is already boiling and the custard is forming on top of the coconut milk with all the lovely seasonings inside. So here is the pot, the milk. You can see I'm just going to turn it up a little bit to show the bubbles. See that? And it is developing the custard on top. So I'm just going to give that, I've just turned it back down, I'm just going to give that a couple more minutes while I put my dumplings in the pot, because that's ready as well for my dumplings. So I'm going to just swap that there for a minute while I make my dumplings. So here's my flour. I didn't break this up beforehand, so I'm just going to make it and drop it in as I go. I had a little bit of sweet potato, but it's the soft orange sweet potato, so I can put that in after the dumplings, after I'm nearly ready to take out the dumpling. So this is how you make a boiled dumpling. It's hard to explain, it's just something you know how to do from growing up. So you break off a bit of the dough, a nice size that you can fit in your hand middle, and then it's just automatic. I wanted to show you how. So break off the dough, nice in your hand, and then you do like this. So you push your thumb into the middle and you fold the ends in. So you fold the ends in and turn while you're folding the ends, and you keep doing your thumb in the middle and fold the ends in with your thumb. I'll show you that again. Flour in my hand, press my thumb in the middle, roll my flour and push into the middle until I'm happy with the shape of my dumpling. I watched some videos of African content creators visiting Jamaica, and they were saying that they don't like the dumplings, they don't see anything special about it, because it's similar to ugali, not in the ingredients, but in how you eat it. You have to eat the boiled dumpling with the sauce. So I would say it's very similar to ugali in that way, or other things that they eat, fufu, with their hands. So you put it in the sauce and you eat it together. So that's why you have to eat dumplings, to get the taste. Dumplings is just flour and water, but you have to eat it with sauce. So we don't use our hands. Well, some people do, but I don't know how people use their hands to eat dumpling. But I guess maybe because we came away from the idea of using our fingers to eat with the fufu, we just made our flour, which probably was more readily available, first world country things. We probably didn't have a lot of maize like they do in Africa to continue with ugali. So I think over time we just started boiling the flour, because maybe when you do the flour you wouldn't get the same consistency as you would get for the ugali. So that's my analysis of how we came by dumplings, because in Jamaica we don't have ugali, we don't have fufu. So yeah, I think this is how fufu has developed and ugali has developed into a boiled dumpling. Instead of eating the pounded yam and all of this with fingers, we just boil the yam. We don't pound it because we're not going to eat it with our hands. Some things we eat with hands in Jamaica, mostly like roast breadfruit or even rice and fried dumplings. And some people can pick up your meat with your hands, but on a whole we have evolved to use a fork. That's my last dumpling, guys. So let me get a spoon to stir the dumplings. So after making your dumplings, you need to make sure you just stir the pot to ensure they're not stuck or anything. And the fire is very high, so I'm just going to turn that down a little bit. It's not a lot of dumpling, big pot, not a lot of dumplings. But at the same time, I didn't want to overfill I didn't want to use a small pot and then it starts to overflow. So here is my coconut milk, and I think that is ready. It's very custard like on top. So I'm now going to add my mackerel. Let's turn the phone again so you can see that. I need to buy my stand back. So here goes my herring in the pot. I'm just going to use my hands to spread that in nicely, still breaking up some pieces, and then I'm going to leave that to cook nicely with all those seasonings and see what flavor comes out. That's delicious. The meat, the fish is already lovely and flavorful. I'm going to turn that up a little bit, and when that starts boiling up, I'll turn it back down. Wash my hands again before I touch the phone. Bubble butter bubble. Guess what I'm cooking? Bubble butter bubble. Bubble bubble bubble. Bubble butter bubble. Bubble bubble bubble. Bubble 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 like a chicken gravy. It make me feel like a Mother Mary. Yes, sir. Guys, hello. My rundown bad. It tastes good. It's bad because it tastes good. I didn't realize I was saying bad too. Like them Kenyans go down to Jamaica and they say it's bad. It's bad. And I'm thinking, huh? It's bad. Tastes good till it's bad. Tastes like rundown, man. Just gonna make that simmer a little bit more. Yes, sir. Look at that color. Up. Let me make it bubble, let you see. Get some bubbles. You see the bubbles? You see the bubbles? Hey, bubbles. Hey, bubbles. I'll turn it down before I burn up. Bubbles. Hey. Yes, sir. Look at that. I'm gonna cover that and make it cook down a little bit more. And my dumpling over here will go on with itself. My big empty pot of flour dumpling. I'm gonna put a little sweet potato, but it's the soft sweet potato, so I didn't want it to boil out, so I'm gonna peel that and put that in. Here is my rundown. I've had it long and I've had it short. In my opinion, it is cooked, but I'm just thinking it still can draw down some more. And the rendering was a little bit hard, and when I tried it, I can see that it's softening. So I'm gonna be patient. I'm just gonna keep checking it and make sure it's not touching. And look, it's far from burning. So yeah, I'm gonna keep making that simmer and the dumpling and potato cook. And I've just turned this off, so it's only me. I've got about 8 dumplings. I can eat this for 2 days if nobody don't drop in. I wonder if this cook. I don't want it to boil out either, so I'm gonna just check that. My dumplings and my sweet potato. that is how you share your dumplings, because you're meant to eat your boiled dumplings with your gravy and your meat. This is why when the Kenyans say they don't like our dumplings, because you're not eating it properly. Imagine it's ugali or fufu or pounded yam, whatever. You eat it with the sauce. It's not meant to taste separately. It's nice on its own, although you can eat it with some butter and it would be very delicious too. Thank you. Here it goes. Ching, 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 ching. Here it goes. And then cut. My mouth water. My mouth water. My mouth is watering for the English speaker peoples. My mouth is watering. This is red herring run down. Run down. That bit had a little bit of bone. Red herring run down. Jamaican special dish. I told you in the beginning of the video that I'm scared of fish bone. Taste test. Let me taste it without the dumpling. It's yummy, spicy, it's delicious. It tastes like rundown, but with the herring flavor. It's not mackerel, it's herring. I just came across the fish in the plastic in the shop, and it said smoked herring, and I said to the man, this is herring. Even though it said herring, I still asked, and I bought it thinking maybe I can cook it the same, and I did. It's gorgeous. It's different because it has that strong herring flavor, but it's not too powerful at all, not overpowering. And this is some sweet potatoes that you get here, so not the normal sweet potato, but if you know, you know that salt mackerel or anything salty or fishy goes well with sweet potatoes. So here it goes. I can see some fine bones, but the herring bones are quite fine, so they might even not be noticed, and they just go in my belly and whatever, they don't get stuck in your throat like that. The small ones. If this was alive, I would continue chatting, but it's not. This is gorgeous. Salted fish with sweet potato, sell off. Nice. Coconut milk, nice. Bad. Bad. It's good till it bad. Thank you. Bye.